Hey, Travelpos Radio fam. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Today we're taking a sip of something sweet and smooth. Perfect blend. You know, it seems like everywhere you turn lately, there's some kind of chaos going on.
Right.
But this song feels like stepping into a cozy cafe on a rainy afternoon, away from all the noise.
It's interesting you say that because the song really does create this sense of intimacy right from the start. And it's not just the lyrics, but the music itself. You know, it uses elements of both Kpop and hip-hop, but in a way that feels incredibly warm and inviting.
That's what struck me too. It's like they took the high-energy, performance-driven style of K-pop, the kind you see from groups like BTS, and blended it with the smooth, soulful vocals you'd hear from an artist like Crush. The result is something that feels both familiar and totally fresh.
Exactly. And that idea of blending is, of course, at the heart of the song. Not just musically, but in the story itself. The title, Perfect Blend, sets us up for a tale of two seemingly opposite personalities finding common ground. Like the unexpected harmony of a sweet cheesecake and a bitter espresso.
Okay, so let's break down the scene. The lyrics paint this picture of a Monday morning at a cafe.
Okay.
Two characters, same routine, same order. But their choices speak volumes. One goes for straight black coffee, no sugar, no frills. What does that tell you about them?
To me, it screams efficiency. This is someone who values directness, no nonsense, maybe even a little bit stoic. They know what they want and don't need any embellishment.
Right. And then you have the other character who orders something totally different.
Right.
It's implied to be sweet and indulgent, maybe loaded with caramel and whipped cream.
Yeah.
Totally opposite, right?
Absolutely. This is someone who embraces the sweeter side of life. They might be more playful, more romantic, someone who enjoys savoring the moment.
And here's where the song gets really clever. The barista watching this unfold cracks a knowing smile.
Oh, yeah.
It's like she sees the potential for connection before our coffee-loving duo even realize it.
I love that detail. It adds this layer of anticipation, almost like a romantic comedy where the audience is in on the secret before the main characters.
Then we hit the chorus, and it's all about this contrast. You ordered bitter, I ordered sweet. It's such a catchy hook, but it's also doing so much more than just describing drinks. It's a metaphor for who they are at their core, isn't it?
You hit the nail on the head. The song isn't just about coffee, it's about how these seemingly opposite qualities can actually complement each other. The key line is, like coffee and cake were incomplete till you ordered bitter, I ordered sweet. They need each other to create that perfect blend.
Okay, so the song doesn't just drop us in the cafe and leave us there. The story actually unfolds over time, and we see one of the characters starts changing their routine. They start arriving at the cafe earlier just to spend more time with the other person, even if it means waiting.
And that's such a classic sign of butt-in attraction, right? They're willing to adjust their routine, even if it's a small change, just to be in the other person's orbit.
Exactly. But the other character is initially kind of taken aback. It's a shift in their usual dynamic, and they're not quite sure how to react. What's interesting to me is the shared table. It's like this neutral ground where their differences can start to blend literally and figuratively.
Oh, I love that you brought up the shared table. It's so subtle, but it speaks volumes. We even see their drinks, the black comfy and whatever that creamy concoction is mixing together. It's a visual representation of their connection, slowly but surely growing.
And just when you think the song is going to stay in this mellow cafe vibe, we get hit with a rap verse.
Yes. And this is where things get really interesting. The rapper goes all in on the coffee and dessert metaphors, taking us on a whirlwind tour of different pairings. We have the intensity of espresso shot and tiramisu, the balanced elegance of macchiato and biscotti.
Hold on. For those of us who aren't coffee connoisseurs, can we break down some of those terms?
Of course. So a macchiato is espresso with just a touch of foamed milk, and biscotti are those crunchy, twice-baked cookies that are perfect for dipping. The pairing suggests a kind of refined sweetness, a balanced indulgence.
Okay, now that makes sense.
And the metaphors continue. The rapper then throws in affogato, which is a scoop of vanilla ice cream drowned in a shot of hot espresso, followed by the straightforward contrast of dark roast and sugar. And finally, the rapper lands on the image of café au lait.
Now I know café au lait. It's like the perfect harmony of coffee and milk, right?
Precisely. And that seems to be the point the rapper is making, that these seemingly opposite individuals like coffee and milk can come together to create something truly special, something more balanced and complete than either could be on their own.
Okay, so we've got these amazing metaphors flying around, but what I really appreciate is how the song eventually brings us full circle. Those final lines beautifully echo the beginning, but the characters realizing they are in fact the perfect blend, just like you guessed, to coffee and cake.
And who delivers that final confirmation? The barista, of course. She asks, same order as usual, with a knowing glance. It's like she was orchestrating this whole slow burn romance from behind the espresso machine.
And the response seals the deal. Make that for 2, please. It's such a satisfying ending.
It really is. It leaves you with this sense of warmth and completion, like you just finished the perfect cup of coffee and a delicious slice of cake.
Speaking of perfect blends, I think it's time we take a quick sip of our own. We'll be right back to unpack the musical side of Perfect Blend in just a moment. We're back fueled up and ready to dive into the musical magic of Perfect Blend. You know, we've talked a lot about the lyrics and the story they tell, but I think it's time we give the music itself some love.
Absolutely. The way this song weaves together elements of K-pop and hip-hop is truly masterful. It's not just about blending genres, it's about using those elements to enhance the storytelling.
Okay, so break it down for me. What are some of the key musical characteristics we're hearing?
Well, right from the start, you get this sense of warmth and intimacy, which is partly due to the instrumentation. There's a prominent use of acoustic guitar, which adds a softness and a sense of nostalgia. And then you have these shimmering keyboard chords that create a dreamy atmosphere.
It does feel very inviting, like you're being drawn into the cafe alongside the characters.
Yeah.
And then there's that beat. It's got this laid-back groove that feels very characteristic of hip-hop, but it's also got a bounce to it that's very K-pop.
Exactly. And notice how the tempo subtly shifts throughout the song. In the verses, when the characters are still figuring each other out, the tempo is more relaxed, almost hesitant, but as their connection grows, the music picks up energy. The drums become more prominent, the melodies soar a bit higher, reflecting that build and excitement.
Ooh, and I love how they use those little sound effects from the cafe, the clinking cups, the steam from the espresso machine. It's such a subtle touch, but it really adds to the immersive quality of the song.
It's like they're creating a sonic landscape, pulling you right into the heart of the cafe. You can practically smell the coffee and hear the murmur of conversations in the background.
Then, of course, you have those vocals. The way they transition from these smooth, almost whispery verses into these powerful soaring choruses. It's like a musical representation of the characters opening up to each other.
I love how you put that. It's like their voices blend together, becoming stronger and more harmonious as the relationship develops. And that rap verse, it's not just dropped in for the sake of having a rap break. It actually serves to deepen the narrative, offering a different perspective on the characters' connection.
You know, we've been comparing the characters to coffee and cake this whole time. But I'm starting to think the music itself is another key ingredient in this perfect blend. It's setting the mood, building the tension, and ultimately it's what brings the whole story to life.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's proof that a well-crafted song can engage you on so many levels, lyrically, emotionally, and musically. And Perfect Blend does all of that beautifully.
So what does this all mean for our listeners out there? Why should they care about the musical nuances of Perfect Blend?
I think it goes beyond just appreciating a good song. It's about understanding the power of music to tell a story, to evoke emotions, and to connect us to something bigger than ourselves. Perfect Blend is a reminder that even seemingly opposite elements can come together to create something truly special.
And maybe it's an invitation to be a little more attentive to the music we listen to really pay attention to the layers of sound and how they work together to create a mood or tell a story.
Exactly, because sometimes the most beautiful things in life, like a perfect cup of coffee or a perfectly blended song, are the result of unexpected combinations.
So Travelpos Radio fam, have we whetted your appetite for Perfect Blend? Are you ready to hit that play button and experience this musical masterpiece for yourself?
And while you're at it, why not share your thoughts in the comments? What are some of your favorite musical blends? What songs have truly captivated you with their storytelling and musicality?
We want to hear from you. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the Travelpos Radio YouTube channel for more deep dives into the music that moves us. Until next time, keep exploring Keep listening and keep blending. You know, it's amazing how a song like Perfect Blend can spark so much discussion. We've talked about the lyrics, the characters, the musical elements, and it feels like we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah, it's a testament to the song's depth, I think. It's not just a catchy tune, you know? It's a carefully crafted piece of art that invites you to think, to feel, and to connect with it on multiple levels.
And that's the beauty of music, isn't it? It has this incredible power to transport us, to make us think about things in new ways, to even challenge our perspectives.
Perfect Blend certainly does that. It celebrates those unexpected pairings, those combinations that might seem odd at first glance, but ultimately create something beautiful and harmonious.
So, dear listener, what does this all mean for you? Maybe it's a reminder to be open to new experiences, to step outside your comfort zone and try something different.
Or perhaps it's an invitation to look for those perfect blends in your own life. Maybe it's in your relationships where differences can actually strengthen the bond. Maybe it's in your work where combining seemingly disparate ideas can lead to innovation.
Or maybe it's as simple as trying a new coffee and cake combination. Who knows, you might just discover your new favorite pairing.
And that's what we hope you take away from this deep dive. A sense of curiosity, a willingness to explore, and an appreciation for the unexpected harmonies that life has to offer.
We want to hear from you, Travelpos Radio fam. Did you enjoy Perfect Blend? What resonated with you the most? Head over to the comments section and let us know. And while you're at it, don't forget to give this episode a like and share it with your friends. Who knows, you might just inspire them to find their own perfect blend.
And if you're looking for more deep dives into the music that moves us, be sure to subscribe to the Travelpos Radio YouTube channel. We've got a whole world of musical discoveries waiting for you. Until next time, keep blending.
Somewhere in the middle we meet. You order bitter, I order sweet. Coffee and cake, we can be to order bitter, I order sweet. Now we're perfect, now we're complete. Listen up, let me break it down. It's time to confess how your mind's first a shot straight.